Is Infiniti, and if you don't know, I am the face and the voice behind all the content under Infiniti Crafting Co. Both here on this channel and wherever else you may find it on the web. 9 times out of 10, it is me. Hello, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you continue to stay and enjoy my content. And if you've been here for a while, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Oh my goodness. So, just kind of keeping up with my analytics, I guess they would call it, or whatever. I am now up to like 1,500, almost 1,600 subscribers at the date of this video, and then I have over 3,500 watch hours, which is amazing. I am so excited. I guess, I'm gonna guesstimate, because usually I'm pretty good at this, but I'm pretty sure by the time New Year's rolls around, they'll be like, hey, you can apply for the YouTube partner program, and I'm gonna be like, finally, yay, after 2 years. So thank you everybody who has joined the channel and has stuck around and continues to support the content. Alright, today's video isn't going to be super long. I think the last channel chat was like 40 minutes. Can correct me if I'm wrong, but this video I don't intend for it to be super long. But I don't know, I digress often, so we'll see. So I'm going to be showing off some of the stuff that I've made up, and some of the stuff that I've got in the mail recently. I had a birthday back in November. It was like November 16th. I don't know why I almost said January. And I was kind of bummed out for my birthday, because I'm like, well, dang, I can't do anything for my birthday. I'm a homebody, so I don't really go outside too much. I think last year was the first year I actually went outside and celebrated my birthday. So that, I like to sit home. I like to sit back with my hobbies and just kind of chill and be at peace with Infiniti. So, I did that a little bit more than I wanted to this year, but I think that's everybody. And then, just with everything going on, I couldn't afford to do anything for my birthday, but before my birthday rolled around, my grandma was like, I really know you wanted to do a lot of yarn shopping. I can't do a whole lot, but here you go. And so I went on Michael's. I used my reward stuff and I got to shop, so I was really grateful for that, and I was happy with that. And my box didn't show up until 2 days after my birthday, which was fine. It's still yarn. I'm still happy with that. So I'm going to show you guys what's in the box. That's below the camera as always, and show you some of the other stuff that I ordered, because I'm like, okay, I need yarn, but there's other stuff I need too with crafting. So we're just going to look at that for a second. I bought these little cakes. They're by Lion Brand. They're called Wool Ease Roving. And I thought they were bigger than what they were. I was expecting like a carrot cake sized skein. But that was not the case. I got 6 of them. And they're so cute. They remind me of honey. And I don't know. It probably doesn't show up that well because I'm bright. But, okay, my camera battery. Not my camera battery, but my monitor battery did not like me in that moment. But anywho, these skeins, they remind me of honey. I was really thinking about making a throw or a blanket out of this, and I still might. I might knit it. I don't know. Because I still already have this big knitting project that I'm working on. If you guys have been following me on Instagram, you might remember that dress that I started back over the summer. I'm still working on it. It's like just below my knees right now, but with school and everything, I haven't really had time to work on that. So it's just pinned to my mannequin right now. Can't wait to get it off the needles so I can put it on my dress form and kind of do all the little extra stuff like the sleeves and whatnot. But anyway, this is getting turned into a throw of some sort, mini throw. I think it's going to be super warm and cuddly. It's fuzzy. It's roving yarn. So, I really like working with roving yarn. It just makes all kind of thick and fluffy things. The only thing with it is that sometimes it sheds. And I really hope that that isn't the case with this yarn, but we'll see. I just thought it was really pretty. So I bought this. And then I bought, what else did I get down in here? I got this yellow. Now, this yellow is really similar to that Red Heart lemon yellow color, which I was glad I could find something like that, because I totally ran out of it, and Yarn Inspirations never has yarn anymore. So I was really glad Michael's had their loops and threads impeccable on their shelf, and we're able to send it out. So that was great. I plan on making another Santa hat in that yellow color. So this one might be slightly different than the other one, but I've noticed that I can get like a couple of Santa hats out of one of these skeins, which is great. I am in the process of making up duplicates of all the ones that I posted on Instagram and on Etsy. Whether or not I'll update the inventory on Etsy, y'all know I'm kind of up in the air about that right now. So I'll see about that, but likely I'm just building up inventory for my website, which I'm building, which is really coming along. The other day I was able to come up with a privacy policy. So my website is like almost done. It's almost done, and I'm really excited for that. That's one of my big projects for next year that I plan on releasing, as well as my podcast that I plan on starting in January. That's going to be fun. So over this break that I'm going to talk about towards the end, I will be working on doing the recordings for that podcast, and it'll be available over on my blog. So that's why I'm like, follow my blog. It's coming, you know. And that's also another way to like kind of draw people in and help support the channel and whatnot. So I got 3 skeins of that yellow, and if you guys hear extra noise, I get paranoid about it. If you guys hear the extra noise, my grandmother, we moved her into this other room that she used to have, and she likes to leave her TV up on like 1000. So if my camera is picking up this wah noise, it's her TV. Also, it's raining right now. It's like in the evening time here in Missouri right now that while I'm recording, and it's raining, and sometimes it gets loud, sometimes it doesn't. But anywho, that aside, I bought Pounds of Love. I love this yarn. I'm not sponsored, but I love this yarn. Why? Because it works in my machine. Now, when I first clicked order and added it to my cart and all that wonderful stuff, I think I was thinking about hats and scarves and things like that. I realized that I probably have this same color of red on my shelf. And as you guys might remember from the last channel chat, I am making a fluffy meringue blanket in white. And I said, you know what would be pretty? That, but in red. I don't know if I still want to do that, but I have the options now that I have 2 of these. Plus, I can never have too much red yarn. The red yarn that's over there, like I said, I'm going to be using that to update my cable spoke rug thing that I did 2 years ago and haven't touched since. I really need to update that pattern. The great thing about break coming up is that I'll be able to do that too. Like, I really miss working in depth on my brand and things like that. That has been really fun for me this year, and I am really glad that I've had the opportunity to sit back with it and develop it as much as I had, because I don't think I'd be quite where I am. I'm not where I want to be right now, but I wouldn't be where I am if I hadn't had all this downtime to sit back with it. So I'm really glad to be growing with myself and with my community, and just working on these different projects, even though it seems like it's a bunch of projects. I'm glad I'm working on them, because next year it's like on and cracking. I plan on, like I said, opening my website and launching my website, and it's going to be a lot of fun stuff like blogs for my members, and it's kind of a centralized point for all my socials, and I have a shop on there. It's just a lot of cool things that I've been working on, and I'm super excited about it, like I said, because I have been working on this since 2018, since the summer of 2018. I am beyond ready to launch this website, so I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, there's that. My thoughts trailed off there on me, but I'm excited for my website. Okay, so what else am I doing? What else do I have? This yarn in like hunter green. Is it hunter green? It is. I'm right. Finally, I can agree with the yarn company's color names. Like, if you guys have been sticking around for a while, I do tend to argue with different yarn shades, because I'm like, that is not the color you're claiming it to be. But anyway, I got this hunter green, and again, I was thinking about holiday themed stuff, and I'm like, how well would that blow over? Like, as far as being marketable, because like there's a season for cold stuff, but even then there's a season for different colors within the cold season, and it's just, people are weird. But anyway, in this downtime, like while I'm not making sales and stuff, I am just like building up inventory. So this is probably going to go towards hats. It's not in the camera shot. This is probably going to go towards hats. I'm looking forward to working with this. So now I have red, green. I forgot I had this like lavender pastel purple color of it. I have the mint green. I have a navy over there somewhere, and then I have black up at the top. So I'll probably be working up a bunch of stuff over winter break. That was another thing. My little tension, as they call it a tensioner. And it's such a weird thing for me to say. But my little tension holder thing snapped on me. And I made a coffee blog about it. I'm like, if anybody can help me, you know, please. It's like, it's not expensive, but at the time, like right now I'm trying to build up for tuition and stuff next semester. Anyway, another story. So anyway, my grandma was like, you know, I'll help you. Cool. I'm like, thanks, grandma. Like, I have the best grandma in the world. She'll help me with almost anything that I need if I ask. But I feel weird about asking for help because I feel like I should be able to do it on my own, and then I'm used to being able to do certain stuff on my own, so I feel bad when I have to ask for help, or if I ask for help I always feel awkward about it. But that was grandma to the rescue, so I was able to get that and pop it back onto my machine. So now I'm back in business. One thing I did learn about those machines though, like if you have two versions of the Centro, you can pop that tension thing out and use it in another Centro. I was elated. I was elated because I was able to finish the project that I cast on before that thing snapped off of there. So I was super grateful, and I'm super grateful to my grandma for helping me out with that. She hasn't been watching my videos lately, so if she sees this, she'll be completely surprised by that. But anywho, okay, so I've made a few things. But I've also bought a few things. So I know I'm all over the place. So I also bought polyfill. I have not had polyfill in my studio since early summer, and much to my dismay, because I was going to make up a bunch of my duck poofs and put them on my Etsy shop. But in retrospect, you know, it's probably a good thing because I'm fizzling out on Etsy. But you know, that's just that's a long, frustrating, aggravating story. I am tired of Etsy. And I don't know, maybe it's partially because of how saturated it is, maybe. I don't know, my SEO is pretty good with it though, I think, because I draw in the like numbers of visitors. But there's a lot with Etsy. That's a whole nother channel chat. And also probably a future episode of my podcast. So okay, so I bought polyfill, so I plan on making little things, and then there's been like little knickknacks that I've thought about making, and I'm like, well, I don't have any stuffing, and then I don't really like using my yarn scraps anymore for that. One, because I always end up giving my grandma my yarn scraps, but two, it's just kind of weird, the stuffing, like when they come out, and I don't have cotton balls right now, so it's like, I'll hold off on those knickknacks. But now I can make whatever I want and stuff them accordingly, so I'm happy. I have this big bag of polyfill. I've yet to cut it and let it expand, but that's another thing. Now, if you guys remember from my last channel chat, I said that I had that chair that I was sitting on. It had me like 2 feet up in the air, and I love it. It's so weird. But I'm going to be working on redecorating and reupholstering it, because it's like one of those hand-me-down chairs, and my grandma likes to fix things up. But I argued her down for this chair, so now it's down here, it's mine, and I'm gonna redo this chair. So I think over break I'm gonna be sanding it down. I bought these foam pieces for the seat, but they are too small. They are too small. Like, it was my mistake, but I didn't realize exactly what size they were, so I got these little squares, and this is not enough foam for that chair or my butt. So we're going to be working on a remedy for that over the break, and I look forward to doing that. So the things that I've made here recently. So in 2019, I think I made a set for a friend, and I used the Lion Brand landscapes, and I really like those landscapes. Not sponsored, I wish I was, but I really like those landscapes for a couple of reasons. For one, look at how vibrant and colorful this is. Like, the camera isn't making any kind of dramatizations of it. It's really this vibrant in person. I love this. So, you know, when I made her set, she was overly ecstatic about it. And so I was glad she liked it. And then the other reason that I like these landscapes is because they work in my beloved Centro knitting machine. Again, not sponsored. And again, I do have a running list, and I'm always kind of like discovering new things with that list, so forgive me if it's a little slow on the updating. But as I've been discovering lately, there are very few 4-weight yarns that work in that machine. And I had a member of my community to bring it up a few weeks ago. And I'm like, yeah, I agree. A lot of 4-weight yarns, they do not like that machine. The only ones I've been able to get work with that machine are the Colorscapes by Red Heart, which shocked me because it's a little fuzzy. This landscape yarn, which I recommended to this lady on Instagram. Her username evades me right now, but I recommended it to her, and she just went on a whole hat spree, and that made me very happy. I went live on Instagram a few weeks ago too, surprise. But yeah, and then let me see other 4-weights. The Lion Brand Mandala Tweed, okay, which I'm gonna get into that more, but that works like a dream in that machine. And if any of you are ever curious, that little skein of Mandala Tweeds, also by Lion Brand, it makes 3 hats. It made 3 hats, 2 slouches, and a skull cap, which I will be showing off in a minute. I was like, you know what? This is the last skein of Mandala Tweed that I had on my shelf, and this was an amazing discovery. So I made a beanie, a slouch beanie to go with this. And it's not as huge as it looks. It's actually pretty normal. Especially on camera. It's actually really normal. But anyway, I made this on my machine. And it was very beautiful. I love this. So this is a set. This won't be on Etsy. None of these will be on Etsy, actually. I am adding these to my website. I have 37... Wow. I have 37 items on there so far. So that is really cool. And, okay, so these hats I've made with the Mandala Tweed skein. So after I finished this one, this was my first one, and this one really reminds me of like sand. I've never been to the ocean, so I don't really know what beaches look like, but if I were to go, I think this would kind of remind me of it. Again, I realize I'm a little bright, but what can I do? So there will be pictures of this on Instagram and probably my blog as well. Most things that I post early, I post on my blog, and then Instagram gets it, and then Tumblr gets it, and the rest of them kind of follow suit as they will. So it's kind of the order of hierarchy there with my social media. Of course, YouTube gets all my video content first because it's my main platform and my biggest audience. This is really great. Anyway, so I made a second one after I cut this one off. It ended with this very pretty blue. And I'm like, okay, that's different. That's unique. This one looks like blue jean, okay? I love this. This one looks like blue jean. And actually the inside where I started stitching the brim, that's where this color ended off. So, yeah. But I was very happy with that. And then after I turned out this one, I realized that I had enough yarn left to probably do a headband, but it actually turned into a skull cap, which is great. So, like, if you just want to do streetwear or something and not be smothered to death by your winter wear, this is the style of hat that you want pretty much. So I do have another one like this, but I never even made the listing. I thought I did while I was sitting up transferring my listings from Etsy to my website. I thought I made a listing for that, but it turns out I only took a picture of that bad boy. So sad tears. I actually have to write a product description, which I'm going to be working on that between myself, and if I have to at some point hire somebody, I guess I will, because like I like to describe things, but I guess I get frustrated when I have to describe my crochet and knit work. I can even write a description about my artwork just fine. I got scholarship money for my descriptions on my artwork, but I can't do it for my crochet work. I don't know why. I don't know if I just feel stressed out right now because I'm writing papers left and right. Like I said, I'm taking 5 courses and they all demand papers from me and at all times of the week, and I just cannot wait until the end of finals week. I am going to thoroughly enjoy this month off from school. Don't get me wrong, I am super happy that at the fact that I am in university now. I am very blessed. I'm happy to be there. Don't get me wrong, it's just the feeling that comes with school where you're just like done with work, you're just done. Your brain is fried by the end of the semester. It's done. Actually, by the time Thanksgiving came around, I was just like, you know what? Do I really want that degree? Jokingly to myself, but I know I'm gonna finish school and do all that wonderful stuff. Just next semester, I don't plan on doing a bunch of writing. Next semester, I'm gonna have a lot of classwork though. It won't be terrible. I'm taking 7 classes. And I know that doesn't go together in one sentence, but I'm taking 7 classes and it won't be that bad. 2 of them are only 8 weeks long. So towards the end of my semester, it's pretty lax, and like that 7th class is just a CPR certification, which is like a week long. So it won't be that bad. It won't be that bad. So I'm excited for it. I'm also dreading it again because they're screwing around with all the breaks thanks to C-19, and it's just lovely. Like, please, y'all took away fall break for this too. And I'm like, okay, just because we're at home doesn't mean we don't have lives, but that's another argument for another time. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me today. What am I trying to say? Is there anything I want to say before I get off this camera? Because sometimes I'll do that. I'll talk on this camera and talk, and then I'll get off the camera, I'll go to edit my video, and I'll be like, darn it, I didn't say the thing, and then I'll end up slapping it on another channel chat or figuring out how to incorporate it into another channel chat. So, anywho, let me think for a second, and then if I can't think of anything, I'm gonna go edit this video. Ginger ale helps a lot, okay? So, I remembered. So I wanted to talk a little bit about my blog space and the importance of it. So like I said, I will be going on hiatus starting after this video ends. I am done uploading content for the public on YouTube for a while until January. My blog space is going to be where you'll be able to keep up with a lot of my current projects, the status of the website, and other little developments that come along regarding Infiniti Crafting Co. So if you want to keep up with that stuff, be sure to go check out my blog, give it a follow, pin it to your tab, share it. All of that would help, especially the sharing. I also use that as a kind of central location for all my early content. So like my sales, my birthday sale, people knew about it like a week in advance over there. My Black Friday sale that came up and is still going, I think. It was placed over there early. A lot of the projects, some of the projects that I put over on Instagram, they end up over there early, and so, you know, that's something cool that you're going to want access to. Also, if you're planning on following along with my podcast in January, it's going to be a podcast around my business journey. I thought it'd be fun to do. I thought it'd also bring some attention to my blog space, which is also the place where I take donations, but it's also a format of like pay what you want. So I'm going to put it in my blog's shop, and then people can pay what they want. The minimum price is like $5 for it. So that'll be there. What else is there? I don't know, just minor updates too. I tend to just go over there and type them up real quick. It's usually really easy to access that for me first, as opposed to like some of the other social media apps, because I always hit my desktop first. That is like my central work spot. So if I'm like not gonna record, or I know I won't be able to get a recording up the next day, I can easily slide on I can't talk tonight. I can easily slide on over there, type up a quick update, and be like, okay, cool, I'm done. I'm still getting used to the posting with YouTube, and then here lately it's been a little janky with uploading pictures and just engaging with it, at least from on my end. I don't know if anybody else is dealing with that. But anyway, that's just kind of central location that everybody can know what's going on. You guys can comment over there, can leave feedback and all that wonderful stuff. I write blogs once or twice a month. Once or twice a month as the spirit hits me, because, you know, busy lady. But I try to write blogs that I find to be helpful, not only to just like, hey, look at my content, but also, you know, stuff that might help other people who are considering creating. I know I wrote a blog about or I started a blog series about helping creators that you enjoy on different platforms. At first I was just going to make one long mega blog, and then I'm like, nobody's going to read all that. I wouldn't want to read all that. So I'm breaking it up into parts. Part 1 was about YouTube, and then I'm not sure if I'm going to do it on Instagram or what. I'm trying to go in the order of my more successful platforms. So it probably will be Instagram next. So that's a whole nother mess in itself. So anywho, if you want to keep up with me over this month or so, month and a half, whatever, feel free to head on over there. That link is always, always, always in my description box below, along with the rest of my social media. That iWhitley.card.co is my digital business card. That's where all of my social media is listed. Sometimes that list gets updated. Like I recently got back on Tumblr, and I'm like, you know, it would be fun, another blog. I post over there, and I've actually gotten more notes on that than I have gotten on my other account. But anyway, that's another story. I'm kind of all over the place, so I have something out there for everybody, pretty much, literally something out there for everybody. So if you want to help out the channel, you want to help out the brand, you can check me out on any number of social media. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, where else am I? Tumblr. I took down Twitter a while ago. Not my account per se, but I just took it off of my digital business card because I kind of don't use it often. Like, I'll pick one random day at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, you know what would be a great idea? Scheduling posts on Twitter and letting them cycle out over the period of the month, and then crickets for another month. I'm not consistent on Twitter at all, but I am over there. Any of my older videos will have my Twitter link on them, but as you guys may or may not have noticed, these recent videos have not had Twitter in the description box. So anywho, plus it gets annoying going on Twitter, but again, another story. So yeah, I think that's the end of this video. I think that's what I wanted to say. I'm pretty sure that's what I wanted to say. So until next time, guys, happy making.